things that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah.
And then there's some things that just don't quite do it for me. Like his version of Frankenstein was kind of, and so on.
I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard that his older stuff is better and that something changed as he went on and like it wasn't as good, his later stuff wasn't as good.
Maybe that's the case. I need to listen to a little bit. You notice I say listen to instead of read.
Yeah.
I listen to or read more of his current stuff to have an opinion on that. Unlike other people that read the book jacket and put down it and give a review, I won't do that. I'll actually listen to some more of his recent stuff and share.
Well, and we'll talk about it next time. We'll see how this thing ends. It's so crazy right now. I mean, it's a story taking place in a giant building that used to be a mansion that's now currently a condo with all kinds of people living in it. And we're having like parallel, like time. There's time travel going on. Things are overlapping. There's an evil presence in there, but you kind of learn that it's an AI from the future. It jumps around from character to character so fast, and different creatures are attacking people, and there's a lot going on.
Sounds like there's a lot to it. Well, we'll talk more once you.
Unless it has some nice, neat like wrap up at the end, like this thing's a mess. If he can start knitting, because it's almost over. If he can start knitting it together and have it make some sense by the end, I'll be impressed. But right now it's a mess.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Dean Koontz. This is my first experience with Dean Koontz too. So.
Oh, that's terrible. Then you need to read. You need to read some of his Seize the Night series. You need to read about the kid with the xeroderma pigmentoma, where he can't go out in daylight and stuff.
I have to say, he's writing as a whole bunch of different characters, and he's an excellent writer. Like I enjoy his writing style.
Oh, okay.
And he's really capturing these people's personalities, and I mean, he's great at character development and letting you know what this person is like. And
okay, well, I was worried this was going to turn you off to his writing.
No, I think the story, the plot, the story is definitely the problem in this. So I will absolutely check out more of his stuff.
Good. Okay. What's crawling this week?
Aside from your voice?
Yeah.
Wow, did you already play the Crawling Chaos music?
Yes.
Wow, that was amazing. So, this is it's just a little something I just want to talk about and get your opinion on.
Uh-oh.
Well, the Summer Olympic Games, just started 2 days ago, yesterday. 2 days ago, I guess. Yeah, Friday. Friday they had the opening ceremonies. Today's Sunday, so yeah, yesterday they started the events and all that. It's in Rio. And of course, all we've been hearing for the last 2 or 3 months is how horrible Rio is and all of the problems they have down there.
Right.
They were chosen a few years back when things were going pretty good down there. Things are not going there great now, economy-wise, crime-wise. I guess all we've gotten was like all these negative stories, unfortunately. All the pollution, we've heard about the water and the Zika and all of this stuff. So that's opened up a conversation, which I guess they have every time there is a Summer Olympic Games. It's just really pushed to the forefront this time. The question is, should there be a permanent home for the Olympic Games?
I say no.
Really?
I'm sorry, was that too quick?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, if that's interesting. That was your initial,
That's my initial response. I would say no. I don't.
So you like the tradition of choosing a host city every time and going somewhere different in the world? And
I think I do because, I don't know. I guess, you know what, not living in another country, maybe I shouldn't say that because it is a burden, but I also feel like it also brings a chance for some prosperity too. So I don't know. Maybe it's a more complicated subject than me just saying but.
Yeah, well, it is a more complicated, and I actually have a link to a really good article, so we'll throw that in the show notes.
Okay.
The article is actually called "Making the Case for a Permanent Home for the Olympic Games." Does this change your mind at all? Well, actually, first, after what you just said about it brings prosperity, in a lot of these countries it brings temporary prosperity. In a lot of these countries, their Olympic villages become just a ramshackled, Yeah. It's like once the games are gone and everybody's gone, it's like they built this, multi-million-dollar. They put all this money into this huge thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, now what?
I mean, that kind of was in the back of my head too.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, okay, how would you feel if the permanent home of the Olympics was in Athens, Greece?
Yeah, there you go. That's the only place that I think it should be.
Okay.
If it's going to be there.
Well, there'd be no other, I feel it's theirs. It's theirs. And as soon as I read this, I didn't even hesitate. It's funny because you went the opposite direction I did. I think it would be great. I think it should be, that would solve so many problems. Because of course now everyone's bickering and fighting and pulling for everybody wants they're already where's the next one going to be?
Right.
Our city wants it too. Los Angeles wants it.
Oh, yikes.
It hasn't been here since the 80s.
Yeah.
We got to go to a couple events when I was little, and it was here. It's been a long time, but
it's terrible because what's in the back of my mind now though is the chance for greed and corruption and so on, how that could be subverted, and terrible to say, but with the idea of terrorism, etc., I almost feel like if it was in one specific place, that would make it more of a target.
Yeah, you think
sense?
so?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if it would, they're
Watch too many
talking
horror
about
movies.
Maybe they're talking about. Let's see. It says. Oh well, yeah, it would definitely help Greece get out of their financial crisis. They're saying it would be, they could make it really lovely and it would be kept up because there would be the anticipation that it would be happening there again.
Back soon, yeah.
It would, yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think security and all of that would be totally fine. I think it's harder to throw up security in a city that isn't used to having that many people.
Right.
We woke up the morning of the first, Saturday morning. Everybody's here. We're starting the Olympics. Yay. By the way, some dude from Morocco raped 2 women and it's always why people are going to go there and cause trouble right away.
Yeah.
People are getting robbed and people are getting, mugged and I don't know. A lot of times cities can't accommodate all of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot of arguments for, there's a lot of arguments against. I think it would be great. I think they should put it back in Greece where it belongs. And they said, the Athens would just be the perfect place. And, yeah, I'll put the article up. If anyone, this might be a really boring topic.
This might be awful, yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting people to sleep. Sorry, super boring topic. But I found it really interesting. I love the Olympic Games, and but I think all of the negative publicity and the negative articles that they've been printing for the last 3 months or longer, I think it seriously put a damper on the Olympics, and I feel very bad for Rio. Mm-hmm. Cause it's yay, it's here, it's in our town. And it's all of these articles are going out talking about how horrible your home is.
Yeah.
It would end a lot of things. And historically, they talked about all the different, when countries are bickering, they talk, there's always countries boycotting. Well, if they're going, I'm not going, and this and that and whatever.
Right.
You know what? It's in Athens, Greece. It's a neutral ground for all the world. Come or don't.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's a great idea.
I gotcha.
I think they should do it.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we killed it.
If we didn't, we should.
Indeed. So thanks for listening and sticking with us to the end here. If you want to, I would say send any suggestions for movies you'd like us to cover. I'm not guaranteeing that we will cover them, but if you have a movie that you think that we ought to see that's got a great story and has some elements to it that might interest us or you'd like to hear about, feel free to share that with us. You can contact us by emailing me directly at madsaxon, MADSAXXON @yahoo.com. Look us up on Facebook. Punch in VICISINTERIMO or just friend me, S. Michael Jones. Thanks for listening.